Yesterday's show in Windsor was just a prelude to the entire ceremony of welcoming the royal guest. U.S. President Donald Trump was the center of attention for both King Charles III himself and over 100 guests invited to the gala banquet. The traditional speeches during the toasts were full of mutual courtesies. Among those seated at the table were the heads of the largest American technology companies. The estimated total value of the companies whose CEOs appeared in Windsor exceeded $10 trillion.
Together we must defend the exceptional heritage that makes us who we are, and we must continue to stand for the values and the people of the English-speaking world, and we do indeed stand for that. On behalf of all Americans, I offer a toast to one of the great friendships, to two great countries, and to His Majesty, King Charles III, a very, very special man and also a very, very special queen. Thank you very much.
There was no doubt that this dinner was a prelude to very specific talks behind the scenes as well. The British have a particularly important interest in relations with Washington. The king emphasized this explicitly on numerous occasions.
Clean water, clean air. Our countries have the closest defense, security and intelligence relationship ever known. In 2 world wars, we fought together to defeat the forces of tyranny. Today, as tyranny once again threatens Europe, we and our allies stand together in support of Ukraine to deter aggression and secure peace.
The evening banquet was full of symbols, such as the dresses worn by Queen Camilla and First Lady Melania. However, the most important event was today's working meeting between the president and his delegation with the British Prime Minister and government representatives.
So this partnership today is a signal of our determination to win this race together and to ensure it brings real benefits in jobs, in growth, in lower bills, to put more hard-earned cash in people's pockets at the end of each month. That's what we're determined to deliver.
The Americans have agreed to renegotiate customs agreements with the British. As part of the cooperation, London and Washington have signed an agreement for mutual investments worth $300 to $400 billion. Both countries want to challenge China, hence a separate agreement on the development of artificial intelligence and quantum technology, with the participation of the largest technology companies.
We're forever joined, and we are forever friends, and we will always be friends. This enduring connection is why I was thrilled that the United Kingdom was the very first country with which we made a historic trade deal, and a very good trade deal. He's a tough negotiator. I think it was a better deal for you than us, but these are minor details.
As experts point out, it was no coincidence that Trump was welcomed with such honors in the United Kingdom. The British are well aware of the dependence of American influence in Europe. Donald Trump's visit to the British Isles was not so much political or diplomatic in nature, and even less so a courtesy visit. This is not just about boosting President Donald Trump's ego in any way, but above all about business, and on a very large scale. During meetings with both King Charles and the British Prime Minister, the issue of the threat posed by Russia was discussed, which is extremely important to the British, who have been the target of constant threats from the Kremlin in recent years. When asked directly about his attitude towards the peace plan for Ukraine, Trump himself clearly stated who was responsible for the failure of the White House's diplomatic efforts.
The one that I thought would be easiest would be because of my relationship with President Putin, but he's let me down. He's really let me down. It was going to be Russia and Ukraine, but we'll see how that turns out.
It is no coincidence that the British have just announced a £1 billion support package for Ukraine to be financed from frozen Russian assets. The aid is to include ammunition, howitzers, anti-aircraft systems, and support behind the front lines.